Hi, this is Michael Duarte with NBCLA, once again here for your Dodgers postseason wrap-up. And here, after NLDS Game 2, I am joined by LA Times columnist Arash Markazi, and we're going to break down this disappointing, to say the least, Dodgers loss 4-2 to the Washington Nationals in Game 2. Arash, let's get it started right off the bat. What went wrong for the Dodgers today, and what went right for the Nationals to be able to bounce back?
You did not want playoff Kershaw to be a trending topic on Twitter, but it was after 4 hits, 3 runs. We kind of thought this could happen potentially, but unfortunately it did. Now Kershaw rebounded, but listen, you can't give up 4 hits, 3 runs.
Yeah, and Kershaw, I hate that we're reopening this narrative and opening up the Pandora's box that this Kershaw can't pitch in the postseason narrative. But yet here we are once again after another Clayton Kershaw loss that has put the Dodgers in a precarious situation. Kershaw, though, has had some rough starts, 2 games. He didn't get much help from Justin Turner defensively on that first double of the game by Trey Turner. And Kershaw went almost 180 innings this year, hitting only 2 batters. He hits 2 in the first 2 innings. Did you think he wasn't sharp?
I don't know what it is about October, Michael. There's something about this month that has just not been his month.
You're right. It's definitely not the right month for him. Maybe he's a little ghoulish at Halloween. It's definitely probably not his favorite holiday. Now, I am going to do it, Arash. I am going to speak of the elephant in the room. TBS cameras caught shortstop for the Washington Nationals, Trey Turner, talking to his teammates in the dugout about what appeared to be Clayton Kershaw tipping his pitches and how, based on his arm handle and how he was showing it in the glove, it would either be a fastball, a curveball, or slider. This is the same rhetoric that we heard in 2014 and 13 against the St. Louis Cardinals. Do you think Kershaw was tipping his pitches?
It certainly looked that way, and, talk becomes talk, but then when you get the camera showing players talking about specifically what Kershaw's doing, you have to wonder, is he tipping his pitches? Does he have to do something? And so when we saw that in the press box and when we were watching that on Twitter, it just seemed to confirm what we had heard.
Yeah, now Trey Turner was asked indirectly by one of the members of the media in his post-game comments if Kershaw was revealing any secrets or tipping his pitches, and he said no, flat out denied it, which we know is a lie. I actually asked Clayton Kershaw after the game directly if he knew that Trey Turner was caught on camera talking about it, if he had seen it, and if he was tipping his pitches, and here's what he had to say.
Clayton, the TBS broadcast showed Trey Turner telling his teammates maybe how you were tipping your pitches. Did you see that at all? And if it is what was happening, how do you make sure that doesn't happen in your next appearance?
I'm not sure. I'll check it out.
Well, there you go, Arash. Hopefully he will look at the tape, and he will adjust if he does have to come out and pitch in a Game 5. Yeah. But I don't want to take away from the real star of this game, and that was San Diego native Steven Strasburg, who pitched another amazing postseason game just 2-3 days after pitching in relief in that wild card game. He now improved his ERA to 0.64. He was lights out tonight. What was working for Strasburg?
I mean, it was amazing. By the way, this is why the Dodgers did not want to play Washington. When you looked at that wild card matchup, you were really happy through the majority of that game because you were going to maybe play Milwaukee. You did not want to have to face the Washington pitching staff with a 5-game series. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen. And Michael, basically all the moves that they've made have really been for a potential Game 5 right back here, whether it's Walker Buehler, whether it's the potential of having Clayton Kershaw come out of the bullpen. For the most part, every move that they've made is for a potential Game 5.
Now, what was interesting about the Nationals, you saw it in that 1-game elimination wild card, which is why the wild card is so fun for this sport. But Max Scherzer, on his bullpen day, a guy who's starting on Sunday, comes out in relief, is nasty, strikes out the side, pitches a scoreless inning of relief, and now he's going to come back in 2 days and start the game. This reminds me of the Boston Red Sox in the World Series in 2018, throwing David Price, Chris Sale, Nathan Eovaldi, any starter they had, anybody they could, coming out to make sure that the team secured the win. Is that what you saw tonight from the Nationals?
I mean, listen, this is why you love October baseball, postseason baseball. You don't know what's going to happen. So Max Scherzer's in the bullpen, and we're wondering, I mean, is this some kind of theatrics? What are they trying to do? But they needed this game. They could not go down 2-0, 5-game series, having to win 3 straight.
So now we look ahead as the series shifts to the nation's capital on Sunday. Presumptive Cy Young candidate or winner, Hyun-Jin Ryu, the Dodgers' definitely best starter this season as it is, on the mound in Game 3, opposite Max Scherzer, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner himself. It's going to be fantastic drama, fantastic theater. What do you think happens in that game?
I think Rio wins it, and I think Washington finds a way to win Game 4, and we get what I think a lot of people thought. We'd get a 5-game series.
I have a last final question for you, and it's this thought, and we're looking ahead, and who knows what will happen and unfold. But if the Dodgers, God forbid, go down and lose Game 3, do you still pitch Rich Hill, a guy that maybe can give you 3-4 innings, hasn't pitched a lot since June 19th, dealing with all the issues, pitching with a knee brace? Do you do that, or do you bring Walker Buehler back on 3 days rest?
I think you have to start Rich Hill, but as the cliche is, this time of year, it's all hands on deck.
And finally, the Dodgers set a franchise record with 106 wins this season. They had 12 walk-off wins, so they know how to come from behind. They know their backs are never against the wall. But for the most part, winning the division by 21 games, a MLB record for the division, they really didn't face a whole lot of adversity the whole way. No, must-win games or really intense games. They get their first taste of adversity here in this loss tonight, and in a short series where if you lose again in Game 3, you could be in trouble. Now you're facing elimination. Do you think this adversity helps the Dodgers, and will they bounce back?
I think it does. And by the way, Michael, this is their 7th straight postseason. Again, they've got some young players who have not been here before, but they've been in these positions. They've had walk-off wins. They've had big postseason comeback wins. So they've been in this position before. I think they'll find a way to regroup, win Game 3, and win the series.
Well, there you have it. From Arash himself, the Dodgers will come back and regroup. If anything, Washington gave them a wake-up call here in Game 2, especially Clayton Kershaw. All right, basically, you guys are not Moses. They are not going to part the Red Sea for you all the way to the World Series. Now you got to go out there and earn it, and we will see you in D.C. Thank you, Arash, again.
Thank you.